Difference is configure Cura. You'll see that we have a profile for Ender 3, Cobra Neo and Cobra Neo 2. Even beside that, because that machine has auto bed leveling, we've added a G code over here.
Which both of them have auto bed?
This one has an auto bed leveling which is different. This one has an auto bed leveling which is different. But
both have it.
Yeah, both have it. But they have it in different ways. So we're right now using the Ender. So what we do is once you have the file in here, you select a bunch of constraints. Like what exactly are the settings that you want. The things that matter the most are quality. So quality is how thick is the line thick. Like when it prints a line, how thick is it?
The resolution.
Yeah, the resolution. I'm printing at 1.6, which is pretty nice. Like that's the thing that I print all my production parts
at.
at.
This is what 1.6?
0.16. 0.16 looks like.
Yeah.
Standard is what Balu prints at, and I hate him for it because I'm like, that's too coarse. It's very draft. It literally says, depending on the profile, it says draft quality. It says standard here, but it's draft. After that, it's super low. Like 0.3 is super thick. 0.12 is something you can do, but I would recommend that for figurines.
It'll take a lot of time.
It's not that. It's like you need details that make sense to do it for that. Besides that, you figure out infill, which is one of the most important values, and the type of infill. I prefer gyroid because gyroid creates a very nice pattern that's strong everywhere. It's one of the best patterns that exist. The other ones have their own thing. So if I click, I've installed a plugin that actually shows you the information for this.
What is this? This software is...
It's a slicer. It's called Cura.
It's provided by whom? Like
it's provided by Ultimaker. They're a 3D printing company. They released an open source slicer, and this is
good. Like the software you think is good, right?
It's fucking flawless.
Yeah.
Like everybody there are like Balu and Kailash.
Is it like a web? This is a web app just packaged into a...
I have no idea. It might be, but I can't tell because they modified it too much right now.
Yeah. It might be just an Electron app, right?
It might be, but again, they've done a really good job, whatever the fuck it is. The alternative is Prusa Slicer, which has some more features, but the UI looks like Poopy Hall. So I'm like, chhod do, usko nahi chahiye hame. And after the infill, one of the most important things that you have to figure out is build plate addition. The rest of them don't really matter. Support doesn't matter. In your case, it doesn't. Support is basically when things happen.
I know.
So
Hanging
fuck
pieces,
that. Build plate addition, we do skirt. So we basically draw a bunch of lines around it to make sure that the thing is accurate. Because this one is working well, I'll reduce the skirt to 2 minutes.
Can you explain that? What is build plate addition?
So build plate addition is basically, imagine that when you're printing it, there's a bunch of different ways of making sure you know that the print is coming out okay. So when you have something that is like, let's say if I was printing this like this, it's heavy at the bottom, light at the bottom, heavy on the top. So this might pop off the bed. So you create a raft.
Okay.
So basically that creates like a sticky thing. Yeah, it supports the thing. But sometimes...
it should not fall off like this. Basically.
Yeah, it should not fall off. And then if you want even thicker support, it's called a brim. So it creates a tiny little thing.
But for this piece, I don't think you need anything.
This thing, we don't need anything. So we don't need any of these. We need a skirt because I want to make sure that the filament gets removed if there's anything extra.
Oh, okay, like if something, some blockage or some...
Yeah, that gets removed on the side. All of that, yada yada yada. All of the other things don't matter. These are the only settings that you need to give or take do when you're doing a 3D print.
Okay.
Primarily quality, infill, and build plate addition. The rest of it, fuck it. 99.9% you're never touching it.
Okay.
And the reasonable defaults work pretty well. So now
Why did the time increase to 1 hour 19 now?
Oh, because we're using a different printer. So Neo Cobra goes faster.
Okay. But that right now you're saying the print quality on that is better.
For sure. Like I don't know why the fuck this thing sucks, but I'll have to check. But
so we are printing on which one?
We're printing on
this one, no?
Yeah. So now we have it. We remove
This is what? This is
the Ender 3.
Ender 3.
This is one of the